Maximum Overdrive, written and directed by Stephen King, is based on his short story Trucks. The premise, expanded upon from that original story, has Earth stuck in the tail of a comet for a few days, and it basically makes all machines on the planet act like dicks. The film starts out pretty great, as the first person we see is Stephen King, and the first thing we hear is AC/DC. Go on, movie, I'm with you here. Then this credit pops up and I am all in. Yes, I will accept nothing but wall-to-wall AC/DC music. The mayhem that ensues as the machines everywhere start murdering people is fantastic stuff. It's pure mechanical chaos from everything: drawbridges, soda machines, construction vehicles, arcade machines, and especially trucks. Trucks turn hard against humans. They really, really hate us. The story eventually settles as a group of people become trapped in a gas station diner as a fleet of trucks surrounds them at all times. Emilio Estevez works there and is our hero trying to figure out a way to get everyone out and away from the convoy of death. Unfortunately, this story runs out of gas as it goes along, and nothing comes close to the fun insanity from the first half of the film, except the explosions. Wow, there's some quality rocket launchers being fired and shit blowing the hell up. And that's what really works best about Maximum Overdrive, the amount of practical awesomeness on display. Soda machines firing cans out like cannon shots, out-of-control steamrollers flattening little leaguers, excellent camera work and various tricks to hide the drivers of all the trucks. You look at this and you're just in awe of what movies used to be like before CG took over. And of course, AC/DC is just blasting all over this thing, which works great. The problems come whenever the story slows down and characters start talking to one another. The people in this are just acting so oddly. Character interactions and motivations don't make much sense, and the dialogue at times is painful. A romantic subplot happens simply because one stranger tells another that they like them. Characters jump from normal to out-of-control crazy in an instant. Also, it's never explained why cars are unaffected by this jerk-ass comet. Trucks, jeeps, even electric knives all come to life to destroy humanity, but cars never do. That unexplained detail always bugged me. Now, when you start doing some research into the history of this production, these oversights and awkward interactions start to make a little more sense. Obviously, Stephen King had never directed a movie before, so you can attribute some of it to that. But they're his words, and he's always so good at character interactions, so what happened there? Well, King has said that he was high on cocaine for essentially the entire production. And while I think that kind of works in his favor when it comes to all the mechanical set pieces in the film, when it's time for a quieter moment where people just have to talk to one another, maybe someone out of their mind on powder isn't the right person to be directing you. As such, King has said in interviews that he considers this the worst adaptation of anything he's ever written. I believe that to be unfair, not only because there are some terrible Stephen King adaptations out there, but because there's a lot of fun to be had here. Sure, there are some awkward, boring stretches and the ending is non-existent, but there are so many highs here, natural ones, that I can't help but to wholeheartedly recommend Maximum Overdrive. For the sake of being a completionist, I also watched the 1997 made-for-cable movie Trucks, which I'm sure you can deduce is a remake of Maximum Overdrive. Over the years, I always admired the audacity of someone coming along and saying, "Screw you, Stephen King, I can do your story better than you did." I understand it a bit more now, since someone probably considered it the right thing to do based on all the shade King was throwing towards what he believed to be a misfire. Trucks tries to stay a little closer to the source material, but look, it doesn't even come close to being as rad as Maximum Overdrive. Part of that is clearly budgetary constraints, and some of it might be just not having a kick-ass AC/DC soundtrack, but there are bigger problems too. It feels like, at times, that someone else came in late in the production to punch things up and film some additional scenes. The trouble is that this version of the story was solely focusing on trucks, not all machines, but just trucks. But every so often a mirror will move by itself, or there's this really stupid bit where a remote-controlled truck murders a mailman somehow.
What?
But those things don't come close to this bit of stupidity where a protective suit inflates and somehow murders a man with an axe.
This is Androna 601. Base, come in. Over.
Damn, that was fast. What you do, man? Cut yourself or something? Oh!
I mean, it's not even a machine. And don't come at me with a machine inflated it. No, it's bullshit. It's hot bullshit. Again, I apologize to King for saying he's wrong, but he's wrong. Even Trucks is a worse adaptation than Maximum Overdrive.